Better late than never, as they say. We are live here from Watkins, Glen for what is now going to be just the second half of the CEO-of-Bread Grand Prix for the Slide Job Racing League. It is the first road course race here in Season 13. These drivers have been doing battle for the past 30 minutes. I do apologize greatly for not being able to get back in time and get arrangements made. Real life happens sometimes, and it holds us back from being able to get things done for the fake cars. So I do apologize for that. Dawson Allen in the booth for the final 30 or so minutes of this race. Just kind of quick updates on what's happened, what you have missed so far. Cesar Bacayo, or Francisco Bacayo, I have already messed up his name again, has been leading this race up about 5 seconds over Ethan Fonseca Moreno. As things stand right now, we are about ready to go back live to the action on the racetrack as they run right now, going to our race leader, which is the driver of the 030. You see him making his way out of turn one right now here at Watkins Glen International. Now, of course, it is a timed race. It is not a lap count race, but the lap counts are going to show because, well, iRacing ATVO doesn't know how to do a timed race sometimes, so it just likes to show a lap count for the rough estimate of how many laps it is going to be. We are at the point where pit stops are happening, including the likes for the top two of the top three. Ethan Fonseca Moreno and Luke Knupp are both on pit lane right now. In the background, there's Dylan Parker coming off of turn 7. He is staying out on the racetrack. Actually, he already pit. He pit a lap earlier than these two, and he looks like he might leapfrog them both. Moreno rolling off of pit road. Dylan is close, but not close enough. Moreno going to hold tough in second as Dylan, though, gets third away from Luke Knupp. See some more drivers pitting. Blaine Sparling, Jeffrey Armistead on pit lane this time by our race leader, Francisco Bacayo, has not pit yet, but looks like he is pitting this time, showing his hand down on the bottom of turn 7. Indeed, he is coming to pit lane. If he can make a flawless pit stop, he should walk away with this race lead. Just some updates for some drivers that are out of the race. Daniel Gore, Nayla Thacker, Matt Steiner, Jeremiah Kennison, 24th through 27th are out of the race. I believe Andrew Davis is currently on pit lane, out of the race as well. Ryan Bogey currently scored 9 laps down in 22nd. Owen Chabinsky, Enrique Kukulon, Duncan Fall, Jamie Wright, and Jeffrey Armistead all scored 1 lap down as things stand right now. Last car on the lead lap is 16th place. Blaine Sparling right here, making his way off of pit lane, getting passed by Brett Bennett just there. As drivers begin to unlap themselves as Francisco Bacayo is still on pit lane, getting his service done. Looks like it was kind of a lengthy stop. Just about, it seemed like, for the driver of the 30 car, but it was perfect enough to keep him out ahead of Ethan Fonseca Moreno and Dylan Parker, who is now catching the back of this 29 car. When they first came to pit road and everything, Ethan had a bit of a gap to Dylan Parker. Now that gap is closed. This battle for second is heating up. These two ready to do battle now, as you see them chasing their way through the corners. Moreno has second place. Dylan Parker, he wants it, as they make their way down towards the bus stop here on the back straightaway. Dylan trying to cut into the lap time right now as things go. Take a ride on board with his 3 car as he makes his way through the carousel, heading down towards turn number 6. And then turn 7, see Francisco Bacayo kind of blinking in and out up ahead in the front half of this field, but Moreno kind of cutting into the race lead there as well that last time by. Not sure what happened. Looks like Rivers Jones might have had an issue, might be coming to pit lane. Not too sure which one it is. We'll look and see. Actually spinning out, doing some burnouts here, looks like in the bus stop. Take a look back and see what happened to the driver of the 91 heading into the bus stop. There is Steven Maggio to his inside. Oh, just contact made, battling for position. That was a 10th place battle going on. And Rivers Jones got sent around. And spin it back around to get back going. So Rivers Jones back to 13th now in the aftermath of all of that. Meanwhile, the battle for second, again, still heating up. Within 0.5 of a second is second place. Dylan Parker chasing Moreno for this spot in the battle on track. Yusuf Ghali to the inside of Oscar Enriquez for 8th. That's going to allow Steven Maggio to try to get in there and make a move for 9th place on the 56th car. Right on the back bumper of Oscar Enriquez is Steven Maggio. as these three continue to battle it out for this spot. I believe the last time we made a trip to Watkins Glen was season 11, I want to say, the last time these drivers made a trip to turn left and right here in upstate New York. Just double check that stat before I get too far ahead of myself. It was season 11 where your race winner was Luke Knupp. Dylan Parker, of course, has a win here back in season 10. Last season, season 12, was the first season that did not feature a Watkins Glen race. It was a mainstay from season 5 all the way through season 11. Dylan Parker, we mentioned, a two-time winner at this racetrack. I'm looking to see if he can find a way to mount a charge to go get race win number 3 here at Watkins Glen. I mentioned defending race winner Luke Knupp, currently in 4th on an island of his own in this number 5, Luke Knupp Racing Toyota Supra. He's got a big gap ahead of Jonathan Parker, who currently rides in 5th place, the 48 machine. Two-time series champion Jonathan Parker currently trailing behind as things go. See him passing a lap car. That's 22 of Enrique Cucalan. Down a lap. And just looking at the point standings as things sit right now, Jonathan Parker 14th in points. Only one top 5 so far this season. Just seems uncharacteristic of Jonathan Parker. But just a lot of bad luck really has been on his side. You know, 33rd at Daytona, wrecked to open the season. He was leading near the end. That 3-wide move by Dylan Parker wasn't able to make it stick and instead takes out the field. You know, a 30th place run after getting wrecked at Phoenix, I believe is what it was. Or it might have just been a early disconnect for him. And then a 17th place at Michigan on top of that. You know, 2 straight bad finishes for JP has left him in a hole so far to start this season in the points. But this is only race 6. It's not like it's the end of the world, so he's got plenty of time to rebound. It's just a matter of having to climb out of that hole in the first place that he put himself in. So we'll see what happens. Moreno back to 3rd now as Dylan Parker has taken over the 2nd place spot from the driver of the 29 car. We'll take a look back and see how he got this spot quickly. This is heading through turn 7. And then setting up for it, entering turn 1. Dylan Parker. We'll see him make this run down into turn 1. Sending it in there, deep in the braking zone. Gets right underneath Moreno. Maybe a little nudge, get him out of the way, and takes over the 2nd place spot. So, Dylan Parker now 4.9 seconds back of race leader Francisco Bacayo. He's going to have a mountain to climb to try to go for that race lead if he can get it. Battle is for 9th. Stephen Maggio by Oscar Enriquez for that spot. In the background is Justin Rott, I believe, catching up on the 30 car of Andrew Davis. Making his way around that 30 car. Been involved in an accident. You see him go way wide here in turn 6, just trying everything he can to make these laps. Pulling to pit lane this time is the 30 car. So he'll pull off the racetrack as Enriquez losing touch with Stephen Maggio already, back about almost a second to this 51 car. Car gaining time is Gabe Gazolt closing in a little bit on Justin Rott here. There you see them heading through turn 1 as they make their way up towards the S's. Some cars flying by here in the S's and heading for the back straightaway. Cars going through the bus stop right here. This shot right here, watching them come flying in at you. That's a fun shot right there. Love the entry to the bus stop here. How tight you get to that wall, and then right here, you cut back across on the exit. Go through the carousel right here. You see Justin Rott and Abe Gazola doing so. Then they'll get down to this straightaway. Oh, Jamie Wright in the wall right there at turn 6. They'll head down this long straightaway. They don't take the boot here for the Slide Job Racing League. They just take the regular back straightaway there. The regular straightaway there, I should say. They'll head out of turn 6, the short shoot to turn 7. And once they hit turn 7, they'll hit this last corner. And they'll gun it towards the flag man and head back into turn number 1. And there's your lap around Watkins Glen with Justin Rott and Gabe Gazola being your tour guides. Justin Rott running 11th place right now. This number 76 Goat Inc. Chevy Camaro. Justin finds himself sitting right now. Looks like he is a little bit further down in the standings this season. This 22nd 6 starts, all 6 of the starts so far this season, yet to get a top 10 finish, and it's not looking like a top 10 so far. He's got a chance to if somebody has some misfortune with how he's been running, but you see Gabe Cazzola roll right up on the back bumper of this 76. Trying to see if he can hang on to this 11th place. So far, is Gabe Cazzola putting pressure on him. Coming up, we've got 18 minutes to go here at Watkins Glen. Gap for the lead still growing. Dylan Parker, 5.6 seconds back of Francisco Bacayo. Ethan Fonseca Moreno about a second back of Dylan Parker. Heading back down to turn 1, Cazzola wants this spot. He is all over the back bumper of Justin Rott. Rott goes a little bit wide on corner exit. That's going to open the door for Cazzola to get right there on the back bumper, heading into the S's. Cazzola is there, putting a lot of pressure on Justin Rott for this spot. Let's see how they do heading down the back straightaway, heading down towards that bus stop. Get to that Sunoco sign, hard on the brakes, and then cut it right, left. Left, right, and he rolls right up on the back bumper of Justin Rott. A better bus stop for Gabe Cazzola. He's peeking to the inside here through the carousel, peeking to driver's right. Ooh, a little bobble there out of Cazzola, but he's going to make the stick. He makes the move work. Great pass by Gabe Cazzola to get to 11th. Now can Justin Rott try to do something to cross him back over and get back up there into 11th place. Right now he's just losing a little bit of time. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Rivers Jones sliding almost in the background there in turn 6 and 13th place. Sliding all over the place in this 91 WeatherTech Chevy Camaro. Of course, the paint scheme that you see Shane Van Gisbergen run in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Right now, 13th place for this 91 car. Not yet a winner here in the Slide Job Racing League this season. Majority of the time it's been Ethan Fonseca Moreno, but our other 3 winners include Jake Scarborough at Daytona, Dane Cruz at Iowa, and last week's winner at Michigan, Jonathan Juergensmeyer. Those 3 drivers have joined Moreno as the 4 to win races so far, but that's not to say that this 91 driver, Rivers Jones, hasn't won yet on JCTV this year, winning the 2nd race in the Amsoil Truck Series Season 6 at Auto Club. He's had some sporty runs this year as well, just looking to keep up some momentum in his favor. Definitely keep your eye on Rivers Jones as this season goes on. Mentioned last week's winner, Jonathan Juergensmeyer, currently 7th place right now. I hit this button, it doesn't mean anything because I haven't been in the session this entire time. I only just joined it at the 30-minute mark, but yeah, Jonathan Juergensmeyer, 7th place right now as he stands. A good run going for him, looking for a 2nd consecutive top 10 finish, including, of course, the win last week at Michigan. Would be good for him. Currently 5th in the points as they run right now. He's behind Bridger Olson, who is not here tonight. So a good run tonight could easily vault him up to 4th in the points. Oscar Enriquez 3rd in points as they stand right now. Currently running in, I believe I said it was about the 9th position, maybe the 10th position for the 56 of Oscar Enriquez. So Jerry has a possibility to get 1 spot. I don't know if he can get 2 spots out of this. It just really depends on how things all shake up. Just double checking how the points are. It's kind of like the Latford point system, just about. So a 7th place finish as they stand right now would be 100. I believe that is about 156 points, maybe around that mark. 146, I think, is the number we're looking for. So 146 points to go in his favor. As you see, Dylan Parker on pit lane. Not sure if that was a scheduled stop. I see where Michael Walls had an incident on track. This is with Brett Bennett ahead of him. It shows that he had an incident. See what happens. Oh, Brett Bennett has issues, and oh, Micah spins and hits the inside wall. And Dylan Parker coming to pit lane is interesting. He was 2nd place at the time. Not quite sure what happens to this 3 car. But he came up pit road. He's back to 10th now. He'll have to kind of pick his way through the field, giving up a second place run as it stands right now. And he's now back to 10th after that pit stop. About 13 minutes to go here at Watkins Glen. It is Francisco Bacayo out to a 6.5 second lead over second place. Ethan Fonseca Moreno, the dominant car so far this season. 3 wins to his credit so far. And he wants another one if he can get it, but he's going to have a lot of help to try to catch that 30 car if he wants it. Third place, Luke Knupp now in that number 5 machine as he makes his way into the bus stop now. Further behind him, entering the backstretch, is Jonathan Parker back in 4th place. And a good run going so far for the 41 of Michael Kruger. A 5th place run so far. Michael Kruger, 12th place in points. He's got the 1 top 5 finish so far. That finish coming a couple weeks ago at Iowa. 4th place run there. Looking to rebound after a 34th place finish last week at Michigan. Is in 6th, but he's got a slight bit of pressure coming as Youssef Ghali is making his way up to the back bumper of this 00 to make it a battle for 6th. Youssef has had a very, very off season, I would say. 27th at Daytona, 25th at Auto Club, 12th at Iowa. And that being his best finish in 12th place. Kind of interesting. You know, almost, I wouldn't say an afterthought. He's been competing for the lead and competing for wins at times, but he has had such miserable luck in this 45 machine, and he is looking to turn that around. And it's a good launching pad to score your first top 10 of the season, score your best finish of the season, to try to help build that momentum and build that confidence right now. And I know Youssef Ghali's got plenty of confidence, but you know, just bad runs so far from the 45 this season. A good run tonight would be good to just kind of help build up and improve on. We'll see if he can do that. Rivers Jones has jumped to 11th, gotten by both Justin Rott and Gabe Cazzola. They're still all nice and tight together. I see that it has been a battle between these 3, swapping these spots back and forth. So they are just pushing each other hard right now in this battle for 11th. As they continue to battle, we go back up to the battle for 6th. Jurg holding strong in that spot, but Youssef Ghali a little bit stronger, catching up to the back bumper of this 00. Looking to make a move for this position. He gets on the back bumper of Jurg, heading down the front straightaway, across the start-finish line. Unofficially, 10 laps to go, and now Youssef Ghali to the inside into turn 1 to driver's right, sending it in under braking, and he'll take over the 6th place spot from Jonathan Jerkensmeyer, last week's winners, to move Youssef Ghali up 1 more spot. He now slots into 6th. Rivers Jones entering turn 1. Justin Rott on his back bumper. Prime position for if something happens, that they'll be able to have a chance in the top 10. See them both sliding as they navigate onto the back straightaway. See this battle, how heated it is between these 2 right around each other. Another battle happening up ahead. Stephen Maggio has got 8th place with Dylan Parker to his inside. He's going to take over. Dylan Parker jumps up another spot. He takes over 8th place and then trying to climb back, I would say, from taking his pit stop. After 15th underway, between a couple teammates, it's Brent Bennett and Jeffrey Armistead, the Circumference Ultimate Motorsports drivers. A lap down right now behind 2 cars. Looks like that is the 89 of Jamie Wright, who's 2 laps down, as well as our race leader, Francisco Bacayo, who is currently making his way down the start-finish line, should get 8 laps to go with about 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the session. Bennett Armistead battling it out for 15, so a couple battles happening on the racetrack right now. You see Bennett had a bad exit off of turn 1. That's allowed Armistead to roll right up to the back bumper of this 47 and make it a battle again. Of course, seeing these two in this racetrack, 3 of us, along with a bunch of other guys, ended up going to the 6 hours at the Glen, the IMSA race here. Camped right over there, right in that area, in this carousel. Had a good camping spot right over there. It was pretty fun. A lot of fun. A lot of memories that I probably don't really have. And I blame Jeffrey Armistead for that. So you see them passing Jamie Wright 2 laps down. You let them go, let them battle it out for this spot. So there's a little bit of time to that 47. As now this battle between Youssef Ghali and Jonathan Jurgensmeyer has now quickly become the Dylan Parker show, because this 3 car going through the grass right there, trying to get to Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Little off-roading for Dylan Parker, trying to get as many spots as he can at the end of this one. Had to pit again. Not sure what happened to lead him to have to pit again, but he had to come out pit road. He come out pit road a second time. And he is now making a charge at Jurgensmeyer for this 7th place spot. All over the back bumper. And now down to driver's right. Here comes Dylan Parker for 7th. And he'll take it. Youssef Ghali ahead. He can get 6th. I don't think he has enough time to catch Michael Kruger in 5th unless Michael Kruger makes some mistakes. So Dylan Parker might get up to 6th, and that'll be about it for his run. Justin Roth still right there with Rivers Jones, but Jones is trying to pull away a little bit in this 11th place spot. There's Jeffrey Armistead, who just got by Brent Bennett. He got passed there by Ethan Fonseca, our 2nd place car, who was 6 seconds back of race leader Francisco Bacayo as they make their way through 6 and 7 this time. Should be getting around to being the last lap. You see Jeffrey Armistead right there. His little fake driver, cool as cucumber. There's Brett Bennett trying to chase him down. And there's Francisco Bacayo. Dominant car this race so far, continuing to dominate this race. 6 seconds ahead. In 2nd place, there's Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Making his way up through the S's. There's Luke Up, number 5, working that wheel right now. Keeping that car all together after it's trying to get all out of sorts. 4th place, JP, Jonathan Parker. Lewis Hamilton, fire suit and helmet. And your 5th place car after JP blinks out, Michael Kruger, 41. So heading around, 6 and 7. Officially 5 minutes to go that time for Francisco Bacayo as he makes his way towards the start finish line. 4 minutes and 50 seconds and counting down left in this race, so about maybe another 5 or 6 laps, maybe 4 even if it's quick enough. We'll see what happens. Youssef Ghali has got pressure for 6th right now as here comes Dylan Parker. Ghali with a bobble out of the carousel. Parker couldn't take advantage of it. Backs off, going to have to try to set up for something in 6 and 7. He'll just do it in 6. Dylan makes the move. Ghali tried to think about crossing him over, couldn't do it. So Dylan Parker jumps to 6th place, and that might be where he stops. He's got about a 4-second gap between himself and Michael Kruger for what would be 6th. Bakayo across the stripe. 4 laps to go. This would be his first win here in the Slide Job Racing League. Ethan Von Segemer has talked highly about Francisco Bakayo. And it's no shocker that as soon as he comes in, he puts up a fight last week, and he comes in and starts to dominate here tonight. Catching some lap traffic ahead. That is Blaine Sparling in the 59 car. Currently 14th place, and Michael Walls 19th place, a lap down, looking to avoid going 2 laps down at the end of this one. As they head down through 6, heading into turn 7. Just over 2 minutes to go in this race, so about the 3 laps that we're estimating right now will be run left in this race. Could be about 3, maybe 2. It depends on how things shake out. But right now, battle is for 11th. Justin Rod has caught Rivers Jones. Heading down into the bus stop. And just up ahead of them is the 56 of Oscar Enriquez. The 10th place could be on the menu for these two as they chase each other down with now the 56 in sight. .7 seconds. Enriquez had a bad lap last time by. That's what allowed these two to start to close in. See if they can do it in these final laps. This 30 car makes his way through turn 6, through turn 7. Enrique Kugelon slow on the apron. I think they might get the white flag as it's just a minute to go. Looks like we did not receive the white flag. No, we did. White flag is out this time, by. So this is the last lap of the race here on lap 48. Not a shocker that the dominant runs happen at this racetrack all the time. Looks like Duncan Fall, Enrique Kugelon, Michael Walls. It's a battle for position. These two fighting for 18th. Coming down to it, but up ahead, it is the 30 of Francisco Bakayo making his way towards the bus stop for the final time. We'll cut back and watch this battle just in case. Michael Walls is feisty, looking for this 18th place spot on this 22 of Enrique Kugelon. Kugelon sliding, trying to hang on to it. And Michael Walls all over the back bumper, ready to make the move. Meanwhile, battle for 8th happening. Smaggio just used up Jonathan Jurgensmeyer through turn 1. We'll cut back to that after this. We're going to watch this battle coming to the start-finish line as it is Francisco Bakayo. A dominant run, making his way through turn 6 into turn 7 and taking home his first ever Job Racing League checkered flag. Francisco Bakayo wins it here at the Glen. Walls went down pit road, not going to contend for that spot. We go back to a battle happening for 5th. Dylan Parker has caught Michael Kruger. Can he make the move for 5th? Peeking inside a driver's left. Couldn't quite get there. Kruger hanging on. Pivotal moment there. Parker with a bobble through 6. Into 7. Parker can't get there. He's going to slide it through 7 in style and take home 6. Kruger hangs on to 5th. Back to Maggio and Jurg. It looks like Jurg's going to have to settle for that 9th place finishing position. Enriquez hangs on over Rivers Jones and Justin Rott. He'll take home the final spot in the top 10 with a little bobble heading towards the start-finish line to end this race. Dylan Parker gave it everything for that 5th place spot, just could not get there at the end of it. So Francisco Bakayo takes home his first Slide Job Racing League win. See him heading all through the carousel together. Moreno, Bacayo, and Nup. There's Jamie Wright and Ricky Kukulon lining up behind him as well. That is your top three. Looks like they're all sorting out. Just Jonathan Parker pushing Bacayo down. Everybody all wadded up together here, heading into turn 6. Looking like a photo op coming up here is what's going on as they all make their way through turn 7. As everybody kind of backs off, they're going to let Bacayo get up there to that start-finish line. He'll blink out, reappear, blink out, and he'll get to celebrate. The start-finish line he goes, blinking in and out, and now burning it down here on the front straightaway at Watkins Glen. See him continue to burn it down. You see all that smoke in the background from it. We'll take a look at your finishing results from tonight's running of the CEOofBread Grand Prix here at Watkins Glen. As Francisco Bacayo takes home the checkered flag over Ethan Fonseca Moreno in second. Luke Nupp comes home in third. Jonathan Parker fourth. And Michael Kruger rounding out your top 5. That hard-fought battle with Dylan Parker couldn't get there at the end to get that top 5 spot. Yusuf Ghali comes home in 7th. Stephen Maggio takes 8th over Jonathan Jurgensmeyer in 9th. Then it was Oscar Enriquez in your top 10. Back at 11th, it was Rivers Jones with Justin Rott and Gabe Gazzola, the last cars in the lead lap, battling it out near the end there. Blaine Sparling comes home 14th. Jeffrey Armistead 15th. Brett Bennett in 16th. Duncan Fall in 17th, only 1 lap down. Then it was Enrique Kukulon, Jamie Wright, and Michael Walls. Both scored 2 laps down, finishing at your top 20. Owen Chabinski in 21st. Then it was Ryan Bogey. Then after Ryan Bogey, it was Andrew Davis, Jeremiah Kennison, Matt Steiner, Nayla Thacker, Daniel Gore, Bridger Olson, Dane Cruz, and Robert Lukens, the top 30. It looks like those that are from I would say 28th, 29th, and 30th, I don't think they made a single lap. So I think they just took provisionals from tonight's race. So leave that be as it will. So we'll see if we can talk to our top 3 finishers. See, first we'll talk to Luke K. Nupp. Hey, Luke Nupp, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy? Alrighty, well, it is a 3rd place run for the driver of the 5. What was that race like for you out here at Watkins Glen?
Much. First half was kind of hectic. Dylan and I were battling for most of it, and then Fran and Ethan were kind of just pulling away, and then we pitted, and I hit the wall on the bus stop right after, so I just kind of had some damage to deal with, but was in my own element pretty much, which was nice. Didn't have any issues, and thankfully Dylan had an issue, so we got a 1-2-3 for our team.
Yeah, taking home the 1-2-3 with the team. What's that like, just being able to celebrate a podium sweep with you guys?
Really stoked on that for sure. Those two work really hard, and I kind of just show up and race nowadays. So I'm excited to get a podium even with no practice, and I'll have to miss the next couple races. But actually, no, I can race next week. But then after that, I'll have to miss.
Alrighty, well, we at least look forward to next week then. But teammate sponsor shoutouts. What got that 5 machine up in 3rd place there?
Dawson, I really just want to thank you.
Alrighty, thank you.
And BBR and LKR and Fran and Ethan on their finishes, and then thank you and thank my girlfriend for keeping me occupied most of the time, and everyone else. Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, that is your 3rd place finisher from Watkins Glen tonight, Luke Nupp, coming home 3rd.
It's K-Nup.
K-Nup! Alrighty. And we'll see if we can get a hold now of our second place finisher tonight. We're going to see if we can eat that bear. Ethan Fonseca Moreno's tossing it up in the booth. You got a copy.
Oh,
Hello?
oh,
Oh?
oh,
Oh.
hey.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? Ethan making an entrance, a delayed entrance at that, but an entrance nonetheless. Second place run today. I only was able to get here for the back half of this race, so I didn't really see if there was any battling between you and Bakayo beforehand. But what was that race like for you behind the wheel of that 29 car?
Um, it was kind of boring the first half before pit stops, just kind of in no man's land, and then uh, whenever pit stops started, Dylan was like about a second behind me, and um, he seemed pretty fast in the short run. He was burning his stuff up pretty good, and I was able to reel him in before he pitted there. I guess he had a what's it called? The fuel issue, the auto fuel thing. So um, that kind of made it easier for me there. Didn't have to work for any passes. He almost took my ass out. I was a little ticked off by that, but had to go off the track to avoid him. That was a bullet there, but yeah, good run. Um, if BBR were a team right now, BBR would have had 1, 2, 3. So good race by Francisco. Good win for him. It's been like about since last year of January since he's won a league race. So he's back like he never left, pretty much. So good, good stuff by him.
Well, that's yeah, good stuff for him, but good stuff for you too. Second place run, continuing the stretch. You didn't win, but just having such a great opening stretch to this season. Just what's it been like for you? 6 starts so far this season, and pretty much, your worst finish still stands as a fourth place finish last week.
Yeah, good start for sure. Just hopefully able to carry it over into the playoffs. That's what matters most.
Well, we'll see if it matters most later on this season. But now, sponsors, teammates, shout outs. What got that 29 machine in second place here tonight?
Um, I want to have a shout out to Francisco for the win. Luke for running third. Like I said, 1, 2, 3 for BBR, even though it's not listed as a team on here, but we are technically a team. But anyways, Luke Nup Racing, KBRN, Celsius, whatever sponsors is on the car. Toyota, by the way, Toyota, great car. Um, what else? JP, Ryan Bogey, Gabe Pizzola, um, Jonathan Jurgen Berger. I don't know. I don't know where he was at, but yeah, everybody else in that group.
Alrighty, that is your second place finisher from Watkins Glen in the CEOofBread Grand Prix. Ethan Fonseca Moreno eating that
Oh,
bear.
oh,
Oh,
oh, oh, oh,
oh,
oh.
you forgot!
Brandon Cisco. Brandon Cisco, shout out to him. Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, that is our runner-up today, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Congrats on that second place run, Ethan.
Yeah, thank you.
And we will now get a hold of our race winner if we can here. My favorite thing about when the session ends time-wise in iRacing, the replay just bugs out and ATVO doesn't know what to do, so it'll give like checkered flag and stuff like that. It's really goofy. So let's talk to him. Hey, Francisco Bacayo! Got your name right this week. It's tossed out of the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Alrighty, will you come in tonight and you get your first win of the Slide Job Racing League? What was that race like for you behind the wheel of that 30 car?
Let me just start off by saying I didn't expect to come out here and put on the show that I did. I thought I could have a top 3, top 5 car and kind of keep it there if I kept my nose clean and the rear tires on the racetrack, and I did that, but I didn't think it was going to be at that kind of pace I was able to have. I had a good start, was able to get clear into turn 1 and just kind of manage the gap from there on out, keep a lookout on my tires, and everyone was pretty quick. You know, Ethan, Luke, I think got some damage there in the midway point of the race, kind of set him back, and Dylan was putting on a strong charge as well, but I think he had a fuel issue. It didn't fuel him up all the way, so he wasn't able to get to the finish on a full tank. So he had to come back down pit road. But I mean, all in all, it was a fantastic race. Had to manage the tires and look out for those lap cars, but we were able to get it done.
Able to get done and take home the checkered flag. What's it like for you just getting your first win now here in the Slide Job Racing League?
I mean, it feels great to be back in victory lane in general. My last league win in general was January of 2023, so to be back in victory lane after my iRacing hiatus, it feels nice. I can definitely tell you I didn't expect Watkins Glen to be the site of it, but I mean, I'll take it. I enjoy racing here. I enjoy driving this racetrack, whether it's this car or the trucks or even the older cars like the Gen 6 or COTs. They're fun to drive here. It's such a fun racetrack. I enjoyed it back on the older NASCAR video games on console, so to be able to have success here and get this win, it definitely feels nice.
Well, you get the win. You get to celebrate a 1-2-3 finish with your teammates. What shoutouts you got here at the end of this one?
Shout out to everybody in the league that helps make this possible. I'm glad to be able to join and just be able to have a good time and put on some good races along with everybody else. Shout out, like you said, to my teammates. They put on a great race themselves, and being able to bring it home in a 1-2-3. As a team owner, that makes me very happy. I know it's going to make Kenneth Bueno very happy. We don't get those all the time, and I think it's our first 1-2-3 as a team in a league race. So I can't wait for him to find out about that. He'll be ecstatic. And shout out to K Bueno Racing Network, BBR, everybody that helps make this possible since day one. And of course, Celsius. I enjoy my Celsius drinks very much. I had one just before this race. It was not the one you saw on the racetrack. It was orange, but I'll look to buy the sparkling lemon lime next time out in honor of this win.
Well, alrighty, that is your winner here tonight, Francisco Bacayo. It's Bacayo, by the way. For anybody listening at home, that's how it's pronounced. I got it right finally.
Do you want me to say it one last time? Just to like make sure?
Say it one last time.
All right. Okay. Bacalhau.
Bacalhau.
There you go. You got it.
You're gonna hear the Americanized version of that a lot.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I've heard it all my life. It's nothing new.
All right, that is your race winner, Francisco Bacayo. Your winner here at Watkins Glen. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
It is going to be a time for me to get that pronunciation down right. But we're here at the checkered flag here. We only got half of the race, and I do deeply apologize for that, guys. Life happens. Things happen. So, yeah. But it was a great last 30 minutes of racing, just some battling throughout the field that we got to see here at Watkins Glen. And I love this racetrack, and it's always a lot of fun to come here and visit. I don't have really much else to say because I wasn't here for a lot of the race. So all I can really say is congrats to Bacayo. I've already messed it up again. It is what it is on the win. Thank you, as always, for tuning in here on JST. If you tune in for these final 30 minutes of the race, if you didn't, I don't blame you. You'll see the replay, and you'll just kind of laugh at it. Whatever is what it is. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. We've got more racing coming up. Of course, this upcoming Saturday night is the Amsoil Truck Series at USA. Yikes. Of course, one of the goofy tracks that we go to, I say, this season. And then, of course, next Tuesday night, the Slide Job Racing League heads to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Pepsi 600. It will be a 249-lap race next Tuesday night. It is going to be a show of sorts, so tune in for that one. Thank you for tuning into this very brief, unfortunately, presentation of the Slide Job Racing League. For everybody at JCTV signing off, this is Dawson Allen saying thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your night.